Hello, welcome back to Black Dice Gaming. I'm James, and today we're doing some painting. Recently unboxed some Frostgrave Terrain. You could use it in your games of Frostgrave, but you could also use it in any sort of fantasy setting game. And this is the piece that we'll be painting up today. As you can see, it's like a barricade of some description. Nice treasure chest on this one as well. There was 5 of these in the box. I've painted all 5 of them, but this is the one I'm going to just show you how I've done, and it's just a case of replicating it across the whole model, the whole range of the 5 models within the box. So without further ado, let's get some paint on these models. Okay, so let's get some paint on these models. I've started off with a black undercoat and a grey dry brush, followed by a white dry brush, or you may know that as slap chop. Jumping on straight with the first colour, I'm using Wild Wood Brown, or just Wildwood, and I'm using that. I'm basically picking a box and then painting it. And then I'll look around and see if there's any other bits on the model that I would like in the same colour. As there's a lot of wood on this, I've decided to use 3 different shades of brown to sort of create a bit of difference between each part of wood. You can do it in whatever colours you want, but I would recommend using at least 2 or 3 different colours. More if you really wanted to, although I think 3 is a sort of magic number. So as you can see, I'm picking out another box here as well, because like I said, there is a lot of wood on here. We do want to sort of mix it up as best we can, and we're just making that slap chop undercoat, that grey and white, and the power of the contrast paints, just to do a lot of that shading for us. You know, I'm sure we want to spend time painting other things. We don't want to be spending too much time painting little bits of terrain. But obviously I've done it this way. You can see whether you like it, and you can copy or indeed put your own twist on it if you wanted to. I have in the past actually dry brushed rather than the grey. I've used the colour that I intend to use. It's a little bit harder if you are using contrast paints to use the contrast paint, but you could dry brush browns over this. I'm using my second colour now, and for that I've used snakebite leather, is it? Something like that. And that's just a much lighter tone. So the first one was a very dark sort of brown. This one's more of a yellow brown. And then the other colour I'm using, which is Gorgrunt Affair, is more of an orangey reddy brown. So they are very different colours. But there are other colours you could have chose from. All of these are from Games Workshop, but the speed paints as well, you could use those. I just don't have as many speed paints as I do GW colours, so I stuck with the GW on this one. So as you can see, just cut in all the rest of the wood now in that third shade, and chest is done. Did that in the snakebite. Got a bit of wood on the bottom here. Some of them do have bits of fallen wood, so again, just make sure you notice what you're painting and do those at the same time. Just doing this last crate here in the sort of, I'm going to call it the mid-tone, as it is sort of the mid-brown colour. There's not a lot left to do really. Once you've got these 3 colours on the wood, it's just the stone and the metalwork, and I'm moving on to the stone in a few moments. Some of them do have more stone than others. They have stone within in the crates and whatnot. So you do need to sort of pick out what it is or where all the stone is, and then just slowly go around, taking your time, not too much of a rush. As you can see, I've now moved on to the stone, and for that I used Basilicanum Grey. Now, you could argue here that you actually could just leave the stones as they were, and that would actually be quite enough to pass as stone. I, however, just wanted to do it in the Basilicanum Grey, just to make sure that everything had the same sort of tone to it, because if I didn't, it would have been much lighter. Moving on now, I'm just using iron hand steel to do all the metallics. Now I'm not sure, I don't think I actually filmed it, but once I've done the metallics, I do a null wash over them just to sort of dull them down a little bit. And obviously it helps to bring out a lot of the detail. Some of them do have more sort of metallics than others, such as the chests on the other models. There was more metallic to pick out. But also what I've done is I've tried to go around and picked out all the nails that are holding the boxes together, or these bits of wood that are attached. They all seem to have been attached with nails. So it's just a case of picking these out, and it's really good. It's not difficult to do. You just need to sort of gently touch it and the silver will transfer. But it does make a lot of difference once it's done. It just sort of brightens it up, to be fair. Something different, and it breaks up the sort of block colours. Now, what I did do with the Null Oil is I sort of applied it onto the metallic areas, but you see this cross section here that I'm painting the buttons on the chest there. I would also cover the whole thing in Null Oil, and it just gives it a different shade to the box that it's attached to. So without using a different colour, I'm able to sort of establish different other shades of metal without actually using a different colour. So here we are with the finished articles. This is the one that we painted up on video. Oh god, painted up on video for you. Just here, and then we've got this one here with the large chest on it. A little bit more metallic work involved in this one. Actually, it's got two chests, hasn't it? Yeah. So maybe a good chest marker for the games. And then we've got this one here. This one had a lot more rocks within inside the crates, and again plenty of metallic work on this one too. And this one here is the one with the sacks. Now I've literally just painted these in Nasdrag yellow. Not entirely sure it was the right colour choice, but it was probably the best colour I had available. But it's done now, so you know these 5 models can be put to one side and taken from the pile of shame. And this one here, little chest in the middle, surrounded by more crates. Like I said, these are going to make great models for any sort of scattered terrain piece, or if you've got some sort of city, then they'll work well just placing next to a building, or indeed creating some sort of barricade, like so. If you needed to, you know, that would create quite a nice looking barricade if you wanted it to. But anyway, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you have, and hopefully I shall catch you in the next one.